Hey guys, welcome back to RC Legends, and once again thank you for stopping by. So in today's video it's a part 2 of the Kyosho Javelin build. Got some good stuff planned for this. So if you didn't see the last video, we built it to this stage, which was basically the standard chassis build. Absolutely one of the best builds I've ever done, absolutely class. But yeah, in this video we're going to add some tasteful bling. Just put this car down. So massive shout out to my good friend Keith in the US who sent me this. So this is the extra speed carbon set for I think they call it for the Optima 2006, but obviously fits the Javelin. Now this is absolutely perfect for this car because the Javelin has that cage. It's a cage body set, so the carbon will be seen more so than on like the Optima or Turbo Optima. So yeah, you get what do you get? You get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you get 8 pieces of carbon, which is absolutely awesome. So that's the purpose of this video, is fitting it. Most of it should be quite straightforward, but there's a motor plate in there, so it's going to be quite involved taking everything apart. If anyone's shouting at the screen asking why I didn't fit this when I built the car, this is actually the way I prefer to do things. I like to build things as standard and then add to it afterwards, mainly because I've got a much better understanding of how this car goes together, if that makes sense. And I find it fun as well, I've got to be honest. So yeah, let's dribble, let's get cracking. Right, so if you're interested in this piece, that's the part number. And yeah, I think it's about $51 US. So I think it's really good value for money. So you get the carbon, well, it's all carbon. So you get the top deck, that's the rear shock tower, that's the motor plate. Then you get the two side brackets, front side brackets, and that's the front brace. That's the brace that goes across the top deck and the front tower. So yeah, you get a fair bit, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, let's get cracking. Right, and that's it all splayed out, and it looks fantastic. The quality of the carbon looks really good. Yeah, this is going to be cool. So I'm just thinking about the best way of doing this, making it sort of the most efficient way. What I'm going to do is I'll drop the top shocks off the mounts. We'll take the top deck completely off, and that'll allow me to get in nicely to the rear tower. So we'll get that off, and then we can get into this motor plate, because that's probably the trickiest of the one to do. So yeah, that'll allow us to then fit the carbon motor plate, then the carbon shock tower. We'll leave the top deck till last, but that's the back end. And then again, same, we're going to take the shocks off. Front tower's quite easy. These two sides have to be changed. There's a brace that goes on the top deck and there's a brace that goes on the front. So let's try it in that order. Right, so that's the first process. So carbon top deck, just put the battery mounts on it, and that rear frame, and whatever that bit is, and I still haven't figured it out yet. Right, on to the next one. Right, that's the second part. So rear shock tower with the shock screws in and the top arms on. Right, that's the motor plate on. So I think that's the worst bit to put on really, but yeah, it went on like a dream. Everything, all the holes are in the correct place, and it bolts up lovely. The only thing I have to do is I've left the top deck mount on this side loose, because yeah, I don't want to have it off. So once I bolt that down, then I'll tighten that one up, if that makes sense. So now that allows me to put the rear shock tower on. Right, that's the rear shock tower on, and that is absolutely yummy. That is gorgeous. It really does transform the look of the car. Yeah, that's lovely. Really liking that. Right, now onto the front end. Right, that's the front brace on, and that's by far the trickiest of them all. So it's this piece here. Yeah, that's quite a mission. You've obviously got to take this off. Problem is, these two bolts locate the steering on the other side as on a metal plate, so it's just very fiddly. But anyway, it's on. Right, let's move on to the next bit. Right, that is the side plates on. God, it looks really nice. So yeah, next step now, I can, because these arms attach the front shock tower, so we'll fit that next. Right, that's that front end back together. So I've now got the front shock tower on. That looks really, really good. Yeah, I'm really liking it. I didn't actually think it would make that much of a difference with just bits of carbon here and there, but yeah, it really does kind of transform the look of the car. Right, last bit is the top deck. So that's that done, and I've got to be honest, initially I thought it was a cool upgrade, but I didn't think it'd kind of dramatically change the look of the car, but it really does. It's yeah, it I don't know, I mean we all love carbon, don't we, but it just, I don't even know what words I'm looking for, but it really does transform the car. And for whatever it is to buy, I think it's RC Mart, I've got them up at $51 or something. There'll be shipping on top of that, no doubt. But yeah, that is very cool indeed. Right, just while I had the car at that stage, I've took the shocks off, I put some internal spacers in them just to lower the ride height slightly, and I've got oil in them at last. So that is actually the car to this stage finished. Lovely, feel nice and smooth fronts. Anyway, yeah, alright, let's just have a quick look at the stands. Right, that was the last little bit of fettling. So I said some internal spacers in all four shocks. Oil's now in. I've just played with the camber and toe out and toe in just to match it all up. But yeah, still got a lot of height. Feels really nice now. A lot different. Yeah, that feels much better. I might play with a ride height again at some point once the cage is on, but right now I think that's pretty cock on, to be fair. Well, my friends, that was a fantastic couple of hours. Really enjoyed that. And again, I don't want to harp on, but it makes such a difference to the chassis. And the chassis is mint anyway before you put carbon on. It doesn't need it. But yeah, to give it that sort of dramatic effect, it certainly does the job. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. I've been really enjoying this car. The build, the video before this is one of the best builds I've done. And then just working on it today, it's class, it really is. So, still a lot of work though. So the next video you'll see is basically we'll get the car finished. So we've got to get all the frame, cage, body set out. I'm planning to do that in a matte white colour. I know you can buy the roll cages, but they're really expensive. And I don't like the red or orange. I've got a mint green one, a proper one to go on at some point. But with this one I want to do the white first. As I say, we've got some Optima black wheels. We've got the Mar1 reproduction tyres. So we've got to do a tyre writing. That's just going to look super cool. We've got the Tamiya Fox driver figure going in, as opposed to the Kyosho one, because I just don't like them. And then, as I say, the white frame, white wing, and then the decals on the frame. I think it's going to look off the chart, if I'm honest. But yeah, I'll have a little break, and then we'll get cracking with the bodywork. So, my friends, thanks so much for watching. It's honestly massively appreciated. If this is the first time you've stumbled across this channel, give this video a thumbs up, jump in the comments, say hello, subscribe, turn all the notifications on. That'd be fantastic. And as always, my friends, happy RCing.